Hello and welcome to another devlog for Peasant Uprise. In this devlog, I'll share the changes done to the reinforcement system. I'll talk about the upgrades that I've done to my toolset and we'll end up talking about some minor changes implemented. So let's jump right into it. For those who are new to the channel or have not seen all the devlogs, one of the most important characteristics of Peasant Uprise is that it aims to build a cohesive world, where the things that happen in one level affect the rest of the world. In other words, the levels are not independent, isolated stories. Instead, it's just another location in the world. All the resources and facilities you build will carry along with you, as well as any peasants acquired. On the downside, as the game time moves along, the enemy forces will receive reinforcements and will train as well. Therefore, the longer a player lingers to reach the final objective, the stronger the enemies he or she will have to face. However, moving in too fast may result in an unprepared rebellion. Before, the enemy soldiers would be just added to the last level, but that would make the rest of the game unbalanced and easy to complete, while the last level will be nearly impossible. It made more sense that the reinforcements got distributed around all the levels, starting from the last level and moving towards the rebellion. A few things to consider was that the system should not reinforce levels that have been completed or levels where the player is currently at. When such is reached, the system should just cycle back and reinforce from the last level and move down towards the player again. This also gives me some fuel to build some more quests around it, which upon success may impact the ability of enemy forces to receive reinforcements or train. So that goes in line with the goal of having more unique questing experiences and rewards. I've been avoiding upgrades altogether because my experience with upgrades is a bit mixed. But this week I decided to move along and upgrade some of my main tools that I use for game development. Starting with Blender, my concern was not finding compatible add-ons that I'm currently using. In fact, one of them is not available nor compatible with 2.8, but it's something that I can live without. I really like the new look and feel and also the new organization of the tools. Then I took a stab at Visual Studio, which took me a long time to decide because upon release there were posts that pointed out that it was not working with Unity. The upgrade took a long time, but it was worth the wait. Not only the UI looks fresh, but overall I've noticed huge speed gains when loading and also when attaching to Unity for debugging. And finally I took on the big animal, Unity 2019.3, and I have to say that the upgrade was pretty smooth. I'm still using the standard render pipeline, and I don't plan on migrating. But the rest not only worked without problems, but it did solve some flickering I was experiencing in the previous version. Frozenless Studios pointed out that when the peasants are resting, it would be much nicer to put them in a circle to look more natural. Well, considering that the player could be controlling up to 30 peasants, putting them in a circle might create problems. However, I do agree that the current disposition of everyone looking endlessly into the same horizon is not ideal. The change I implemented focused more on creating a randomized or pairing of peasants when they rest, so at least it doesn't seem symmetrical. Ideally, I would also like to add some randomized animations, some would be talking or eating while resting, but that's a bit more involved and that's not really crucial at the moment. So thanks for the suggestion and keep them coming. In a previous devlog I showcased the yield from a battle option, but it was only linked to a keybind. So I also extended the selected peasant menu to really count for 3 different states. The menu when the peasant is at camp, a different menu while in exploration, and a third one when the peasant is in combat. It is in this last state that an option to yield is available, represented by the white flag. I also went ahead and updated the configuration page to add these new key bindings. So that's all for this devlog. Tomorrow is the LA Marathon and I'm far from being ready for it. However, I do feel healthy enough to run it, so that's a good thing. With that said, I'll see you in the next update.